Okay, so we need three things on our page, and you can beautify. Have full potential and full interest in your HTML skills, so I just let you that. So there is a UL. So this is going to be my list. Silly me. HTML does not have the comments like that. List. I have my image tag. Yeah, which is img source equals blah, blah. And then you have your is that okay? So that's your HTML tag, which a body tag is there. There is a list item, there is an image tag, and there is a paragraph. Is okay? In my list items, I've got li books, li and who's not looking?
Hello.
Somebody else is typing with me. I can hear it.
I didn't tell. Hello.
And then I have shoes. I should have written on jewelry. We have really good girls fan here who are for jewelry. I don't even know about. Actually, I shouldn't write down shoes because I'm going to be lost when I bring up shoes. You're going to say this is not shoes, this is sandals or something else. Anyways, I'm going to just let it be there. Shoes, right? Everything which you wear is shoes. IMG source, there is a default.jpg, right? And in a paragraph, is that right? I've just written on something. Now our event which we need to capture is on click of books, on click of flowers, and on click of shoes. Is that right? And what needs to change is the picture and the text. Is that right? So that means whatever needs to change should have an ID. Yeah? Whatever needs to change should have an ID. Leave that one. ID is equal to pick one, and let's say ID is equal to, is that right? So my paragraph needs to have an ID and my image tag needs to have a ID. Is that right? Why do I need an ID here? Because I want to change them. So I should be able to pick them up in my JavaScript code, right? And I'd want to change them here. So on click change things. Is that okay? I just called it change things because I've got to change so much. I don't want to say change color because you're changing so many. So change. Now, when I say this, I need to be able to have a new file and function change things. Is that okay? So what are we changing now? Now to change the picture of this, I need to change the source. Is that right? So that is pick one dot source. Is that right? Should become something. And for changing the paragraph text, I need to do para one dot, right? Now here I want that to be book.jpg and this is what I want to write down. Yeah. So before I can run this HTML changes.js, thank God my file name is wrong, but my script name is fine. Changes.js, that's there, right? So I need to have 2 images in my folder before I can actually run this. Save images, default. So I'm going to put it in the same folder. We have all the files, 629. So that's default. Oops, that was not, the default was not default. This will do. I can change my code. So we've done book. And look, I told you whatever I'll pick up, you're gonna say something. So anyways, I'm just gonna say there's so many shoes here. Yeah, I know you're gonna call it sandals. Look, I told you that. So, or slippers or whatever, flip flop or whatever that name is. It's something new. Something starts with C. What is that? Crocs. Yeah, whatever. Crocs. Crocs or something else. But something like that. I don't know. My son says that as well. And then he's calling up new words. But anyways. No, kids wear them, isn't it? Those covered ones with the holes or whatever. Crocs. Yeah, whatever that is. Is it C or K? Whatever that is. But, I mean, yeah. So Crocs. I live in a different world where I hardly know things, but I'm getting there. Okay. So here, this is one. I have the file. I think we just need to make sure that we've got here PNG. Okay, so we're going to run this file in Chrome. Here. Is that right? And I want books. My page book doesn't come up, but my text has changed. Maybe the PNG. I didn't. We'll see what it is. But my text has changed, isn't it? My picture is not coming because I think I don't know what I called it, but I'll just check. I can check that. It's not. The name has to be right. The default was coming. Is book? Oh, is it book? I thought default was like that, but I didn't know that book was also like that. Anyways, it's okay. We know we got the book. Hoping maybe you will get me a nice book. Okay. Save images. Book. What's happening? Save images. Are they all?
What's the JFIF file?
That's a new compressed version for web. Save image. Yes. But I don't know why it is doing. I don't know the extension.
something.
Oh, I can't be. Oh, come on. What's happening? When I write this, all of them are like that. So PC hasn't got corrupted.
Is that valid file name?
Yeah, it is a valid file name. Okay, anyways, while we go here, tools, settings, sorry, images. It tells me type. I'm gonna just tell it, can you just give me clipboard? That's the case. So images. I think it's the, why is all of them are coming like that? PNG, I don't want PNG, I want JPEG. Okay, I'll do with PNG file, it's fine at the moment. Can't be bothered more about this. So we have to say here book.png, save, and we go back here. 5, and then you click on books. The book page and the. So when I click on flowers now, I want the flowers to pick up. Right? But then the idea is, how do you, the easiest option is to go and make different functions so that you can, because the source is the same, you're changing it everywhere the same, right? So, but I want to change a different file name, does that make sense? The name, because when it clicks on flowers, it has to be flowers.jpg or png and the message has to change, is that right? Yeah? So there are so many ways of doing this, and I'm going to show you another way of doing it. I want to, but all I just want is that when it is books, so you create here pictures is equal to, you can create an array. You can create a list yourself only beforehand. Does that make sense? You can create a list yourself beforehand. I can say book.png. I can say the second one is flower. Yeah. And the other one .jpg and shoes.jpg. Is that right? I can say it myself. And text is equal to
Pics doesn't need a square bracket to say into the array.
just this. And you can write down however big you want to write down. Does that make sense? Is that okay? Yeah. Now when you call this file, what we have to change is pic1 source only and para1 HTML itself, right? But now I want on this page, when you're calling this on click, same function to be called. The first option was to create 3 different functions, right? Right. This one is you create the same function name, but you can actually write down here 1 or 0 1 2. Does that make sense? What does that mean is this refers to 0, this refers to 1, and that refers to 2. Right? 0, 1, and 2. Now here, but the only difference now is that I am sending a value from here which is 0, 1, and 2. So here I should be capturing that value here somewhere. Is that okay? So let's say x. I've just set that as x. And here you're gonna write down pictures X, and you're gonna write down here also text and X. Which means if it's pictures 0 or pictures 1 or pictures 2, and here text 0 or text 1 or text 2. Is that right? So let me save as this file because I don't want the other file to be changes 1. So save. Is that okay? There's an error. There is definitely an error in the
Is
file.
it because you put the images of text outside the function?
No, they're outside the function because you can put them inside, it doesn't really matter. It can be outside, it'll work. I think I've just not declared the array correctly. Is it a square? It's one place there is going to be a square bracket.
Isn't it after that?
This one should be square, but no, let's put square bracket here. There's one place where this one usually is definitely a square bracket, but in JavaScript it's slightly different. So let's see. So still there's an error somewhere in array.
You don't think that Pics, the declaration needs a square bracket? After Pics.
I'll put square bracket.
Document.
This is square bracket, right?
Yeah.
This is square bracket, and that one is round bracket. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was said. I mean, it's JavaScript is slightly opposite from other programming languages. So this one in JavaScript is a round. See, that's fine. That's fine. Fresh. Still, I'll
Be document to get the element by the name
where?
in the function.
Or you can change that, but it should have still worked. But I'll check this. 1 minute. Element by ID. This should not have been the reason because it was working without that. It document get JavaScript always makes me forget what. Let's just check. I don't want to keep changing the code. Let's just check quickly. We'll know. I mean, I just want to be 100% sure for the syntax. Here it is square brackets. It's not using it one by one. Here, square bracket only. Okay, so we've made a mistake. Yeah, this is also square bracket. This is also square bracket. So it should work fine now. Yeah. The extensions of file, but then you know that the file is changing and the text is changing. I just need to make sure what extensions are the folders. Uh, we can, I mean, I can clarify what the extensions are. I mean, I wasn't really sure while saving them. They're old, this is, they're old TIFF, whatever that GIF. They've all been saved as. No, it doesn't. If I change the format, it doesn't. I think that it won't work. I'll have to save the files again.
Can you open it with JFIF? Define it as JFIF.
We can actually try. I, no. Let me see if I can. I should be able to open them up if I put the right. Default is working. Book is there. I've just deleted them, isn't it? Already. Or there is flower. No. I've already deleted them. Let me delete this also. Let's save them again. I mean, that was not the issue, isn't it? If your file name is shoes, let it be whatever name. JFIF and then save images. Okay. Let's put the right extension in the code. Whatever extension they are, as far as the extension is correct, it should work. JFIF and JFIF. The text is changing and the yeah. We did this in the first lesson as well, but I think that was gone long ago. But then there are so many ways of, there is another method, I don't want to go through that, but there's another method where I don't create an array, nothing.
How to use variables in your work?
Individual variables won't work. It will only work with arrays. If it is going to be one function, then it won't work with variables. Because you can't change the name of the variable in the function. It will only work with arrays. Right? It will either work with 3 different functions, right? Or it will work with the parameters, basically, a lot of parameters. Yeah? You can actually, there are so many, I mean, there are, if I still start thinking, there are so many ways of doing it. I mean, I can extend so many ways.
But what is the best way? What is the best way? What is the most efficient best way? Sometimes best.
Look, there is nothing called as the whole simplest, or there is always downside of every method. But yes, in computing, we do look at yes, less lines of code. Now here, I have actually in this code, I've used an array. That means I've used a lot of memory to store this information. I've used memory to store this information. Now, instead of passing this x, can I pass 2 variable names? The name of the file and the text. So in every, like instead of writing down 0, 1, 2, I can actually write down the name of the file here, the name of the file here only. I can say book.jpg or whatever file name I have. Does that make sense? And the text along with it. I can pass whatever. So there's number of, otherwise, I know I can do another thing. I know this is books, right? And if my file name is saved with the same name, I don't really have to pass anything. I can pick up the inner HTML from here, add JPEG to it, and just use it. So there are so many ways. The number of ways to do the same code. Does that make sense? I have done in a way where I don't have to, but then in that case, my file names have to match. Does that make sense? My files have to match whatever I want. So
That's good. Can you do it that way?
yeah, you can do it that way. What I'm trying to say is, but then I don't have the text. I can put this, but I don't have the text. Does that make sense? But there are other people who will do, okay, I can write down a div which is hidden. display none, and that becomes visible. So there are so many ways of, there's a lot of text. At the moment I'm just writing down a one line, but there's a big text. It's a whole paragraph thing which you want. So that means you've created 3 divs. They are hidden, and one becomes visible when you click on that. So there are a number of ways of doing that. Many ways of doing the same thing over and over again. Yeah?
On this, where you put products,
Yeah.
are you expecting a text of products and an image of products?
Yes,
So
whatever
products is another category, if you like, of this.
No.
It's
These
a
are
heading.
3 different, it's a heading.
Oh, products is a heading.
Heading.
So products wouldn't be a clickable.
No, product is not
these would be
clickable. No.
clickable. Alright. Just might do.